Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How are you doing tonight? It's been quite some time since I've done a live stream, and kind of miss doing this. So we'll do this again. So I think today we're going to be talking about something that a lot of us have been discussing, and that has to be the fact that Jeffrey Epstein and his list and other materials are in the news again, and definitely in the zeitgeist. And it's affecting the DOJ. And obviously, President Trump has his own stances on things, which he's mentioned multiple times. But I want to kind of walk things back a little bit. I want to really kind of reel things back so that we can get context. And, because the problem we're dealing with right now is that a lot of people seem to be way too emotional, way too sensitive when we talk about things. And that is not good. Not good whatsoever. We're talking about a movement that over the course of just about 10 years has completely changed the political landscape as we know it. And apparently, a good chunk of us think it's a good idea to completely disregard that because of one thing. Even though, when you think about it, we have had all of these resources this entire time. This is not new. This is not new whatsoever. And it's concerning to see us kind of throw the baby out with the bathwater. That's where we're going right now. We're dealing with the baby with the bathwater situation because somehow, some way, uh, what we're dealing with right now is no good. That's okay. We now understand that there's more to it than that. A lot more than that. So, give me 1 second. I need to fix something over on Facebook. Apparently, it's only let me do only me. So, um, let me try to fix that. Okay. While I'm fixing this, we'll kind of discuss things. Let's break things down little by little. Okay. First of all, one of the big things that we have here dealing with is we are basically saying if this one thing that we have is not dealt with, all of a sudden everything else that we have done is insignificant. Instead of realizing that maybe the reason we're not doing a lot of this stuff right now, there's a particular reason why. Okay? I'm not defending anybody. I'm not trying to do anything to subvert one's opinions or thoughts on the matter. But we got to really understand why we're doing certain things. And one of the reasons why we're doing certain things has to do with the fact that, well, it has to do with the fact that this is one thing. It's one thing. Now we could give whatever we want to all these different things, but unfortunately, what here we have decided is that everything else that we've done is second. It's not important anymore, which is quite the contrary. I think we really need to focus on that. We really need to focus on why we're so upset about this one thing. But on the other hand, look at look at all the other people who and other things that we have available to us. In particular, one of the big things we got to look at right now is the fact that since we've changed the zeitgeist as we know it, it's basically has changed how anybody else is doing things. So, hmm. Sorry, folks. Once again, still figuring out how to deal with the Facebook situation. Okay, we are going to do this some other way. So, hold on to your seats. All right. Okay. So, one second, one second. Okay, there we go. There we go. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. What I was dealing with right there was Facebook was letting me know that I could not actually make the video public. It was just letting me do it as only me. So I could see that it was live, but it was not live. Even though I have it on Rumble, YouTube, and X as well. But, okay, where were we? Okay. I was talking about how we kind of have lost our path on things and that we've had whatever we needed already. One of the good examples of this is the Q movement. All right. Now, I understand this is maybe rather controversial to some, but I highly recommend if you're actually interested in a lot of this stuff to really go into those posts. There are over 60 posts that discuss Epstein and anything that has to do with him. A lot of it actually had to do with in-depth detail of people who may be associated with him, the locations that he was doing things in, amongst many other things. So, highly recommend going into those things. Uh, the website for it is qalerts.app. I'm not really going to be able to post this, unfortunately, because every time I do, it doesn't let me. So, it's qalerts.app is the account. And just type in the word Epstein. And what you're going to get is over 60 plus entries dealing with Epstein. Now, a lot of it was information that a lot of us have already known for close to 5 years because we were talking about Epstein for at least since 2017. Okay. Now, all of a sudden, why this is derailing administration is beyond me. Because information is readily available. Also, if you didn't want to go there, You can go to WikiLeaks. WikiLeaks has tons of information about this. I mean, a lot of this was already rather already established in most cases, but all of a sudden, now that we're in government, it's like a game breaker, deal breaker. It's not. Really, it's not. We've gotten a lot more done that needs to be focused on. I'm not giving people an excuse. I think the way they did these things was it was terrible. It was not tactful whatsoever. Okay, the way they could, there are a million and two ways that they could have done this way better. Especially since they agreed that such a thing happened, even though there was no documentation that such things happened, right? And do we even have to mention the organization, the news organization that did this? What was the name again? Oh, Axios. Axios is notorious for creating these stories where they have no sources, no evidence, nothing. They are a historically left wing or news organization that doesn't like Trump, doesn't like Republicans, and doesn't like anybody who is not going to give them money nor support. So I wouldn't give Axios the time of day, but unfortunately, the problem is that the movement's gotten to such a way that people want to be force fed. They want to be given everything. They can't research things, use, general understanding of matters. You just can't go into things and say, hey, I know this because we've done this research and we've gone down these links and we've gone down the different evidence of these things. I mean, look at it. Look at pretty much anything that's out there, right? For example, the big beautiful bill, right? It didn't take very long for us to rip apart the entire thing and learn what exactly was in it, what it was doing, and what money it was being allocated to. But this information, all of a sudden, we need to be force fed and intentionally overthrow a government which we gave a mandate to. We overthrew the exact government that created these issues. But we're willing to blame the people who are there right now to do things. And I understand that when people say dumb things, they should be held accountable, but they just should be held accountable. That doesn't give us the right to just destroy and just do what we're doing. It's unbecoming. We have this information. We know who they're connected to. We know what they've done. We know who they're associated with. And all of a sudden, that's enough to overthrow an entire administration, which has done a lot of good, to be quite honest. And I understand all of a sudden, wow, I'm a bootlicker. That's what some people are going to say. What I'm going to say, think logically, listen, read, comprehend. This is a marathon, not a sprint. Whoever thought it was a marathon told you wrong. We got this, guys. We really do. If we're going to make things fall apart because of this, I am very concerned when we start going into the nitty gritty of things. Because we haven't even gotten into things knee deep. This is wading pool level. Also, I don't recommend people really go into the Epstein files. I really don't. A lot of that stuff, it gets damn gritty. It gets ugly. Very ugly. Not meant for the light of day. unless you want to talk about torture, okay? Because if we want to talk about torture, then yes, there's information there that definitely refers to that type of attitude. But we knew that. But I recommend not digging into it any further beyond what is available, because if you do, it becomes a very dark, grim, gritty, and just disgusting place. As the saying goes, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. I strongly recommend people don't open Pandora's box. Pandora is not a very nice person. And when you open her boxes, you're going to regret it. But maybe you're into that stuff. If you are, I hope you have a strong stomach. I hope that you are not one of the what is it, 90 police officers in New York who all had to go to the hospital because of the matters of what they found in the Wiener laptop. And the Anthony Weiner laptop, we've had officers in New York go to the hospital because of the revolting material. Now we're going in another step further than that. I'm all for full transparency, but there is supposed to be a little bit of decency here. But I don't know. If that's your cup of tea, go right for it. But as a person who has traveled down those rabbit holes, I've had those sleepless nights. I am telling you, in my honest opinion, don't go down that route. You are not going to like it. It is not a pleasant place to be. Okay? We have a lot more that needs to be taken care of. Let's take back the Republic. Let's end the Fed. All right? Let's deal with the voting fraud that we've been dealing with. But this doesn't we don't deal with those things until we realize that these are priorities. Are these priorities or not? I hope they are. And I hope that we won't derail everything because of the way we feel about one particular topic. Because I know we're better than that. We've done better than that. I'll leave that there for now. But I wish the best to everybody. Think logically. Be safe. We'll talk later. Have a good night.